how to turn in your 2 weeks notice. This can be a stressful thing to do because a lot of people view this as the no turning back point. Right now, a lot of staff nurses are considering or either are turning in their 2 week notice to their employers so that they can pursue the next step in their career or maybe a better opportunity. So I want to take this opportunity here in this video to offer some tips for you to make this step of turning in your 2 week notice a little less stressful and maybe a little easier on you. So first, I want to start out with the goal of turning in your 2 week notice. There's really two parts to it. You want to terminate your employment and you want to leave in good standing. So step one, or the first tip I have, is to look at your employer handbook or your employee handbook. You want to find out exactly how your employer desires you to turn in your 2 week, 3 week, or 4 week notice. Whatever it is that they like, you want to make sure you follow all their rules. Most companies at the minimum will require an email from you explaining what it is, such as this is my resignation, this is my 2, 3, or 4 week notice of employment. And they want a date, the last date of your employment with them. So again, this can vary from company to company, but look at the employer handbook. Make sure you know exactly how to turn in your 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, whatever notice it is that they want, because you want to leave in good standing. So simply doing this, in my opinion, is kind of the minimum. We want to go the extra step. We want to leave in good standings. We want them to say, you know, that Drew Jones, he was a good nurse, he worked hard, and he left here in good standing. We really liked him, and maybe one day he will come back. So, and that's what I want them to say about me. So, one thing that is recommended, in my opinion, and by a lot of others, is that you should print out your letter of resignation and you should actually resign in person with the appropriate person, whether it's your manager, director, whoever the employer handbook says is the correct person to hand that to. So this can actually be even more stressful at times, but I'm going to kind of walk you through my experience along with some tips as well as far as things to consider when doing this. So really step one, like I said, this is a scary time, but I encourage you to be confident when you do this. You've made up your mind. You are excited about what you're doing. You are taking the next step in your career. So be confident in your decision and have your decision already made up. You know, you are turning in your 2 week notice and there's nothing that can really change your mind either. So again, confidence is a key. Number two is don't be ashamed. You know, yes, you're leaving a company that you care about, and that's completely fine. You are taking the next step in your life and career, and you deserve this as a person. So again, that is step two. Do not be ashamed about what you are doing. When you're talking to your manager, it's also good to talk about things that you were thankful for, things that you enjoyed there. You know, you can always say, you know, thank you for everything I've learned here. I appreciate this opportunity. You allowed me to step up and do this task here, and I really appreciate it. I learned a lot from it. Or maybe you can shout out a manager or some superior or maybe a coworker. You can say, you know, this person over here works really hard. They really helped me enjoy my job and my time here. So I do think employers enjoy this. They like to hear things that they are doing well while you are employed with them. Next thing, and I think this is a big question, is do I have to tell the employer where I'm going or what I'm doing next? As far as legally, I am not sure if they can require you to disclose that. I'm going to assume not. However, you could always give a general statement such as, you know, I've found something that's a better fit for me right now in my life, or, you know, I'm just taking this next, or I've found an opportunity that I can't turn down. It doesn't really give too many details with stuff like that, but you're not lying at the same time. So I would say kind of have a game plan, what you're going to say going into this, whether you want to be, want to disclose everything and tell them exactly what you're doing, or would you rather kind of keep some of those details to yourself? So, and that's pretty much it. Usually short and sweet is the best way to keep it, especially when you're typing your letter of resignation. No need to write a 3-page letter unless that is just something you want to do. I believe mine was about 1/4 of a page printed. It wasn't very long. I just gave the details that were needed, and I made a couple sentences to say thank you and I appreciated the opportunities, and that was pretty much it. There is one thing with my 2-week notice that I do regret, and that is that I felt guilty about doing it. I felt so guilty that I lied to my manager when I met with her in person. I lied to her and told her that I was putting in my 2-week notice so that I could move closer to my family. However, that was not true. 5 weeks later, I moved about 6 hours away from my family to start travel nursing. I look back at that now, and I feel bad about not necessarily lying. I do feel bad about lying. I don't like lying. But I asked myself, why did I feel guilty? I was taking the next step in my career and helping improve my life, which travel nursing has greatly improved my life and gave me some amazing opportunities. And I felt guilty about doing that. And I am telling you from my experience, don't make that mistake. Don't feel guilty. Don't be ashamed. Be confident in your decision. And like I said, turn in your 2-week notice. You make up the decision whether you want to disclose all the details or not, but don't be guilty about what you're doing. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys in the next video.